lot of people's dreams is to work in sports in some capacity, and the advent sort of the sports analytics movement has created more paths for people to do that. I'm the director of analytics at Established to Run. It's a content website where we give our subscribers advice on how to play different fantasy sports games and how to do different sports betting. And my job is the kind of projections guy. So I'm the one who's helping us predict player level performance. We're trying to predict sports, and we're trying to do it in a way that, we and our customers can profit off of, and we can develop different applications off of. The idea is that with the best projections possible, we can give the best advice possible. So an example of that would be in the NFL, I'm trying to project how many yards Patrick Mahomes is going to throw for in the Super Bowl. So it's a really, quantitative based approach. Some of the things that we're looking at is understanding the issues and impact of different sample sizes on things, because sports is a really noisy area, and we got to figure out where the signal is. So if we're projecting, Patrick Mahomes passing yards, we kind of need to have a baseline level of where his talent is, and we get that by understanding, his previous sample sizes and understanding regression to the mean and those sorts of concepts. And a basic one is just understanding the difference between mean and median and different distributions. That's really important. For Patrick Mahomes, if we think he's going to have a mean projection of 290 passing yards, for our subscribers who are betting prop bets on the Super Bowl, there'll be, they can take aside the prop bet might be, is he going to get over 280 or under 280? And understanding that our mean projection, our median projection can be different, because the distribution isn't normal. So that's something that's really important. Understanding correlations is really important in what we do. So in those instances that Patrick Mahomes does throw for over 280 yards, what does that mean for the wide receivers that he's throwing to? And then also understanding how different stats correlate to one another to help us predict that future performance. So, how often does Patrick Mahomes throw the ball down the field, and how far is he throwing it down the field? That's going to correlate to his average yards per passing attempt, which helps us come up with that projection. And so I code primarily in Python. That's something that I took a data science boot camp a few years ago. That was a real good stepping stone for me. I spent a lot of time doing, I guess, like less mathy stuff and more just like data cleaning, data maintenance, making sure everything lines up, because, you need your data to be accurate and correct to when you do perform the linear regressions to get the correct answers and the answers that you're looking for. I was always interested in sports growing up. I played a ton of sports, a huge sports fan, loved sports trivia as a little kid. And I think I played my first fantasy baseball league when I was in grade school. So it was something I was always into in the stats side of things. And then somewhat separately, I was just kind of good at math. I read the book Moneyball by Michael Lewis about how statistics became really important in Major League Baseball. That kind of got me really excited to sort of bridge sports and math. Every business uses analytics to make decisions now. There's very few decisions that are doing things completely off of field, completely off of qualitative information. Most places, avenues are taking a quantitative approach. So that can be applied to like literally anything, wherever your passions are, which is nice because it's really malleable. It's really analogous to different fields, and you can switch to seemingly like completely different fields if you have that approach and mindset. One of the more, I think, beneficial classes I took in college was doing proofs, which, doesn't seem like it has any tangible application, but it really helped train my mind to think the right way. Very logically, order of operations and understanding that. So I think that's really important. It's just to drive home, no, in 10 years, you're probably not going to do this calculus problem. It's not going to apply to your job, but you're going to have a problem that the skills that you needed to solve this problem now, you're going to need those skills to solve a different problem in 10 years.
That is, it's amazing you said that, because I have a student who is doing proofs now, and I've been telling the same thing to him, and he's really into sports, and I'm telling him, I know you might not need to know the definition of an angle bisector, in 10 years, but it is the reasoning, you can use this to argue with your sister and your and your mom, these are reasoning skills that you're developing. So I'm going to show this to him, and I'm going to tell him, hey, listen.
Hopefully it helps.